We're finally at the tail end of the 2024 football card release. We've got probably what is our final retail release here. 4 blaster boxes of Panini Select Football. These are from Target. They rang in at $40 a box. As you can see in front of me also, I've got $2 bills. Why are they there? Well, once you add in tax and the total cost of these boxes, we're looking at about $173, which breaks down to approximately $2 per card. Actually about $1.80, but who's keeping count at this point? Will these return value, or are we just throwing money at Panini at this point to help cushion their landing when they no longer have the licensing? Let's see what we can get out of here. What's going on, everybody? Tyson from VS Card Hub coming back with another rip. Had a few days off here, but I finally got out and got my hands on some 2024 Select blaster boxes. These are the blaster boxes from Target. These ones have the green and yellow shocks. If you're looking for the red and blue shocks, I believe those ones are out of the Walmart boxes, or the blaster boxes from Walmart. A lot of fun stuff in here. Six packs. 4 cards per pack. We're only getting 24 cards in each box. That's it. 24 cards. Total for this rip, 96 cards. So we're looking at it, when you look at it that way, you start breaking down the cost. That's where that $2 comes into play. It's a little rough out there. I kind of held off on these for a little while when I saw the price, $40 for a blaster box. For only 24 cards, a little crazy. But, you know what? We're going to dive in. We're going to rip them, see what we can get. I'm going to go ahead and pull the wrapper off. We'll take a look at the checklist. This should be the final retail release that's out for 2024. If it's like 2023 Select, we'll be seeing these get stocked on store shelves well into probably the 2026 season. And especially at this price point, yikes. So here's what we can get. Obviously, we're looking for the green and yellow shocks, since they are the Target boxes. A lot of numbered stuff in here. Looking for the color wheels, snake skins. We're absolutely looking for some zebras, especially if we can get some rookie zebras. Pulled 2 zebras out of last year's stuff. Will Levis, when he was still a thing. And then Justin Herbert, which was a nice little pull. I do PC Justin Herbert, and he's a good QB. But, I don't know. I was kind of hesitant going into 2024 with this Select just because of the price point. Like, it's kind of crazy. And there's, if it does follow the 2023 Select model, we're going to be seeing this stuff on shelves for a while. Like I said, 2023 Select, you can actually still find it getting stocked in a lot of stores. You can still find it on Walmart, on Target. It's something they printed so much of it that it just kind of, ended up languishing. The problem with Selects is it comes out at the end of the year, right before the next season starts. So everyone kind of, sort of jumps into it and goes crazy. But then everyone's gearing up for the next round of stuff. And it ends up just not getting bought up, especially at a $40 price point. This is just, I don't know. I saw the $40. Like I said, I posted about it, chatting with other folks that do YouTube videos, and it was just like, I don't know, almost passed on it this year just because of the price point. But finally broke down, finally found some in stock. The Target near me, they looked like they had just gotten a restock. They had probably about 20, 25 boxes on the shelf. I only grabbed 4. I didn't even get any for myself. I just was not going to do it. I wasn't going to go down that road because, I don't know. Honestly, are you going to get your $40 back on this? I'm going to say most likely you're not. I mean, there's really no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're most likely not going to get that money back. Like I said, here's some of the other things we're looking for. Autographs, memorabilia cards, prism shocks, the zebras. let's get into it. Let's see what we can get. We're hoping for something good. Like I said, definitely looking for some rookies. We're looking for the die cuts. Luckily, the die cuts are not as aggressive this year. Last year, they were so aggressive. It was kind of ridiculous how aggressive they were. It was really a pain just to get them into sleeves and top loaders and stuff. So here we go. Let me adjust my light so it's not shining directly on here. So there's our design. I still like last year's design. These aren't terrible. When I saw the original like early images, the early release images, I was not a fan. But they're not terrible. Now that I've seen them out, in the wild, seen people ripping them open, they're not as terrible as they could have been. There's Joe Andreessen, a little Marshawn Lloyd, and our first shock, we're looking at a Theo Johnson. So that is the green and yellow. They do have the same, color. I guess the probably gonna have a little stitch in there somewhere. Didn't have my water next to me. Started choking on myself. There we go. So Theo Johnson, we do have the same color, the colors that go with the retailers as last year, blue and red. We got the green and yellow here, which means most likely the mega boxes we're going to be seeing the black and reds and the black and greens. I would assume that is my assumption. 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure that's the same pile. That's my assumption is we're going to be seeing the black and greens, black and reds in the mega boxes. Those are slated to release later this month, I believe, or July. Later in July, to be determined. I still haven't even seen a date for those yet. So we'll see what the mega boxes look like. I wouldn't be surprised if mega boxes came out at, $100 or something at this point. There's Zay Flowers for the future insert. And Riley Moss. So the S design that they went with this year, this is kind of the new little S design that they have here for the premier level. Not terrible. It isn't terrible. It could have been worse. They could have incorporated probably more team colors in here somewhere instead of just having the giant black S here. It seems like with the S, they kind of made it almost too thick and then just kind of said, we'll roll with it. Kind of mailed it in on that design. I don't know. I'm nostalgic. Like I said, I still like the design from last year. So far, only one shock. Here we've got, is that a gold potentially? There's Cam Jordan. Nope, that's a premier level Dion Dawkins. Trying to get used to the designs here. Yeah, that is premier level, not numbered, but that's Dion Dawkins on the shock there. And behind him, we had the rookie Jackson Powers Johnson. So are we getting our $2 a card back value, or $2 per card value back here? So far, no. I'm going to go ahead and say no so far. So it looks like got at least purple, potentially numbered. There's Caleb Williams, a little turbocharged, just a little base, not shiny. There's Devonta Smith on the purple, and Earl Campbell. So Devonta Smith is out of 360, 299 out of 360 with a giant print line down the back. Holy cow. That's actually like an indent in the card. About 360 and Earl Campbell on the nice little vet. Devonta Smith, the Devonta Smith, not bad. Not a terrible card. I'll take it. Trying to see if there's anything else with the card. Other than that, it's a nice card. And of course, Caleb, there's at least a couple bucks back. So far, though, definitely not seeing our value coming back. Pretty much, this is one of those products where, like, you have to hit something really big. There's Bo Nix base. You got to hit something really big in our first die cut in order to get that $2 per card value back. So there's Bo Nix on the base. On the very back, we got Andy Dalton still in his Panthers uniform. And our first die cut, we're looking at Devon Vele. Nice little rookie die cut there. Still may need to pop the sides of these sleeves. Stick your finger in there and hit that side real quick, or for the folks that use the card shells, tend to make it a little bit easier. Yeah, last year's die cuts were awful when you got the concourse level, the little square ones. Those things were a pain in the rear to get into sleeves. I've still got some 2023s that I haven't even put in sleeves yet because I just hate sleeving those things. In Montgomery, Roma Dunze on rookie. There's DK Metcalf. I don't know. I don't really get the whole logo thing. They could have just kind of omitted the little target symbol up at the top. And Joshua Carty, rookie. So there we go. One box down. That's one box. There's our Bo Nix. Vele on the die cut. We at least got a Caleb. Vontae Smith numbered. Is that $40? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. Do you think I got my money back on that first box? Is that going to get us 40 bucks back? Let's find out. Let's see if the second box does us any better. Go ahead and put that there. It's going to be our hit pile for the box. Yeah, let me know. Have you guys opened any of this stuff? What do you think? Are you even buying it or considering it or passing on it at this point? For the price point. Like, is it even worth it? Tyrone Tracy, Chris Jones. There's at least a Malik Neighbors. And a little Joe Burrow. Nice little Joey B there. Not numbered. Nice little Joe Burrow there. We'll take that. This was one of those ones I kind of looked at and it was just like, I don't know. Didn't really know if I wanted to jump in on it. If I wanted to wait for 2025 to kick off and then come back to it. CJ, Tua, there's Adonai Mitchell on the select certified, and Josh Allen on the base. And so far, I think my hunch is kind of proving correct. I would love to pull a nice autograph. Obviously, a zebra. Zebra out of retail would be super awesome. Fred Taylor. There's Kamani Vidal on the rookie. Brett Favre. Jets uniform. Jarius Sneed for the Titans. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers over here trying to outdo each other. Yeah, I don't think that Brett Favre is going to get us there. Definitely excited though. I've already got 2025 is right around the corner. I think by the time this releases, we'll be a few days away from, probably less than that, a couple days away from the Select 2025 releasing. There's Kendrick Bourne. I've already got Select, at least a few boxes of Hobby on order. Pre-ordered some of that, so definitely excited to open up some Select and just kind of see what it looks like. It looks like they at least stepped up the Select design this year. Saw some of the the early images and everything. The Select design actually looks halfway decent. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of curious to see if it actually holds up. Ooh, what do we got here? There's a bronze. I think those are usually $2.99, $3.99. Cowboys. So there's Nico Collins. We got a little Bryce Young. Bryce Young on the silver die cut, and we got Roger Staubach. So they're going back in time. $2.99. 79 of $2.99, and Roma Dunze. We'll go ahead and throw Rome in the sleeve. We'll count him as a hit. There's a Staubach on the bronze shock. And then Bryce Young on the die cut. This one is not as aggressive on the corners. So if you can get the ones with the rounded corners, they go in the sleeves pretty easily. It's just the ones with the square cuts that are a super pain in the butt. But yeah, definitely excited to see what score looks like. Like I said, got a couple hobby boxes on the way. Probably going to look at grabbing some blasters as well. This year, they kind of changed up score. You can actually get score in all vet base. You can actually get score in mega boxes, blaster boxes. They're doing hobby. I think I even saw they had H2 potentially. So there's box 2. So yeah, the score products this year are looking pretty good. Obviously, it's the early season release. Some people just don't even bother with score just because everybody's going to still be in their college uniforms. Roma Dunze again and Joe Alt. Yeah, everybody's still going to be in their college uniforms, obviously, because, you know, most people don't have pictures in their pro uniforms. We may see it once we get Prestige. Definitely excited for Prestige. Prestige is one of my favorite products. It is early season. It's cheap stuff, but Prestige usually ends up being pretty fun. So let's see. We've got our mem card in here. There's TJ Hawkinson. Turbocharged Bo Nix. We'll take that. There's Kyle Hamilton on the front, and we're looking at Braylon Allen on the mem card. Nice little, decent little napkin patch there. I think Braylon Allen's gonna have a big year. They really use him and Breece Hall as like a true good 1-2 punch, especially now that they got Justin Fields back there throwing the ball, trying to get those little dump offs. Braylon Allen was definitely a good little scat back receiver guy out of the backfield. Definitely showed some burst. Super excited to kind of see what he does. I've got a bunch of his stuff. Don't tell anybody. He's kind of like my sleeper pickup. Smith, there's another Joe Burrow. That's 2 Joe Burrows so far. Deion Dawkins. We got 3 packs left in this box, and we'll get to the last box. So yeah, score's right around the corner. I've already got, if you see it in the back, I do have 2025 Sage. Yes, it's Sage. Yes, most people will look at Sage and turn up their noses and, you know, hold their bile in and start gagging and want to vomit. Yes, it's Sage, but 2025 High Series mega boxes, those you can find those on the shelves now. They're actually sold out in a lot of places online. Ooh, here's another nice die cut. There's a Brock Bowers, Rashad White, Dak Prescott. About to be QB2 in Dallas. But yeah, you can find the Sage. I think it's 5 autographs per box. $30 for a mega box. You're going to get 5 autographs. So basically back there, there's $60 in Sage back there. And there's 10 autographs between those 2 boxes. If you want to step it up, you can go for the Sage Hobby. I was looking at those. Sage Hobby is, you can get them for about $100 online. And Sage Hobby has 1 autograph per pack with 16 packs in the box. So you're looking at 16 autographs in a hobby box for Sage. Yes, again, it's Sage. But we're going to be ripping some. I got some just because it is an early season product. It's one of those things to kind of rip open at the beginning of the season. See what you can get. See if you can get some of those guys that got picked up in the draft. You can get it and get a lot of decent autographs just because it is unlicensed. And there's Arik Armstead. It is unlicensed, so you're going to get a lot of those autographs that you may not find in things like Panini or Topps, or nobody's really exclusive. I think that's going to be one thing that's going to be kind of fun about Panini this year is they at least got Patrick Mahomes back. He's not exclusive because you can still get him in like Leaf and everything. There's Caleb, Alt, Purdy. Yeah, they got Patrick Mahomes back, I believe. He's back in Panini signing. They've also got Shadur. They've got Travis Hunter. We're going to be looking for their autographs this year in Panini products right before Panini loses the license. So it'll be kind of a fun little hunt. What do we got here? We got another mem card back here. There's Theo Johnson. Is it a rookie swatches? All right, that saves us. Jaden Daniels rookie swatches. And we've got Shock stuck to the back with a Drake May. All right, so that pack probably saved a good portion of this box. Is it $40? I don't know about $40, but Definitely saved a good portion of this box. But there's Jaden Daniels on the patch and a Drake May on the shock. So this was the hot box right here. We already got a base Caleb out of there. There's May, Daniels. Kind of crazy that we're about to be getting 2025 stuff, and we're still on the 2024 rookie chase here. Let's see if I can get this thing in here. All right, I'm going to put that aside. I don't destroy it. Not sure why that patch didn't want to go in. Braylon Allen went in fine. I grab a thick sleeve for now. There we go. Jaden Daniels will take that. And we still got 3 packs left. So this was the good box. This was the hot box right here. Show me a zebra. Show me another numbered card here. Campbell, Favre, Chris Olave on the numbers, and Jamal Charles. 2 packs left. Let's see what happens. So yeah, upcoming videos. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We are going to be doing the Sage, Jerry Judy, Jalen Hurts. I'll take it. And Purdy. But yeah, we'll be doing the Sage. Got some more baseball coming up. Got a bunch of baseball hobby jumbos. Series 2 just came out recently, or started, has been basically dumping all their products. Already did the Series 2 blasters. I've got hobby on deck. We've got the mega boxes there. Pretty much going to be rapid firing a bunch of stuff, and then select will be here. So it's going to be a good time. Definitely going to be a good time coming up. All right, final pack. I don't think we're going to get any final pack mojo tonight. Sam Darnold, Tip Ryman, Tremaine Edmonds, and Marshawn Lattimore to close it out. So there we have it. 4 boxes of Select. 4 blaster boxes of Select. $173. Did we get our money back? Let me know down in the comments. What do you think? Was it a good opening? Bad opening? We at least got a Caleb, Drake May, Hurts. Value-wise, these are not a good value. I mean, unless you pull something like amazing, a zebra, a dragon skin, something really crazy, or one of the JJ McCarthy, Michael Penix type of autograph, you're not getting your value back. At $40 a blaster box, you're not getting your value back. I'm like I said, I'm scared to see what the mega box is going to release at. I could definitely see them releasing mega boxes at the like $70 to $90 price point for this stuff, which is going to be outrageous. It's going to be outrageous, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyways, appreciate you hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed the rip. We're getting into the exciting time of the year. Thank you for hanging out, and I'll catch y'all next time.